Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video, we are going to talk about top 10 interior design trends to avoid if you hate cleaning. So I don't really like cleaning. I do clean. Let's not spread rumors here on the internet that I live in a dirty home. I do like cleaning. No, I don't like cleaning. I do it, but I don't love it. Some of you weirdos, of course, love cleaning, and you have like, you're on cleaning TikTok. There's entire YouTube channels devoted to cleaning. Those weirdos are fine. They might love cleaning. But for those of you that hate cleaning or don't like those really high maintenance items, then we're going to be talking about that in your home, that you can avoid these things because they're cleaning nightmares, let's be honest. And these are the things that I see over and over again that you might not think about, but they're impractical in your home because they're just awful to clean and they're just really annoying. Now, you can still have them in your home. I'm not saying they're ugly or bad, just that they're really annoying to keep up and clean. And there are usually better options out there. We're going to talk about that in this video. So let's get going. Okay, first up on my list is going to be tasseled furniture. So this is a trend that I have seen for a while. This reminds me of a table lamp my mom had in the 1990s. Okay, and it's back again, the tasseled things, right? We're talking the little, like the fringe, like the, what's that guy, Orville Peck, whatever, like that mask guy, whatever he likes those tassels things, you know, that's fine for him, for his masks and things, but for home use, I don't really enjoy it. It feels 90s to me. This was super popular back in the day. This comes around every 20 or 30 years until people remember that it's really difficult to clean and they're actually really irritating. But right now, this stuff is really trendy and popular. Oh God, can we just leave the 90s where they were? I was there the first time and they weren't that great. Can I just tell you that? I was there the first time and it wasn't awesome, but we are determined to redo it all over again, and here we are. These are irritating to clean. It should be obvious why. They attract dust. They are, if you've got them like on like an ottoman or on a chair or something, it's gonna get caught in your vacuum, which is really irritating. You're gonna have to like lift them up and get in there. They're never really fully clean. Any of that nitpicky things that are just like gonna get sucked up into a vacuum or just look like they're just gonna attract dust, this is it. You know what I mean? I've got a couple of those types of items here on this list, and the same thing is true with the tasseled furniture as it is for the other items. They are just incredibly, they're just dust magnets. They obviously just sweep around your apartment, collecting all the dust, and they're really, really irritating to clean because, you know, you're gonna have to get in there, you're gonna have to brush them out to actually clean them properly, and no one actually wants to do that. They will, not only will they attract dust, but when they do get dusty, as everything inevitably does, they're also really, really irritating to have to clean. So these ones are a skip in my opinion if you hate cleaning. If you love cleaning and you just wanna sit there and like comb your little tiny tassels on a Friday night because you're that kind of a loser, then, you know, you just go for it and have fun. But if you hate cleaning like me, avoid these things. They're high maintenance. Not only do I think that they're not actually really all that nice, but that's just personal taste. But if you love them, keep them, put them in your home. Just be warned, they are going to attract every dust particle you can possibly think of. Ugh. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be vertical blinds. Okay, these are those builder grade renter like blinds that every landlord loves these things, and I don't know why. Let me tell you a quick story, by the way. Last apartment that I lived in, I paid somebody to do like a 4-hour clean while I like moved all my stuff out. And they came, I had a professional cleaner come in, do 4 hours, and my landlord still called me up and said, hey, I'm taking half of your damage deposit because the place was left unclean. And I was like, no, thank you, ma'am. Excuse me, you know, I'm coming over with my multi-purpose cleaner and my paper towels, and I will clean my apartment over again right in front of you, and you can point to all the different areas of the home that you think are not clean, sir, until I figure out, like, until I get my damage deposit back, because I'm not gonna be taken advantage of in that way. And I came over, and do you know what the culprit was? Do you know what he said wasn't clean? The vertical blinds. These stupid cloth vertical blinds, which you cannot clean. Literally, your best chance is getting one of those handheld Dyson vacuums and going like panel by panel and trying to go both sides to get these stupid things. They're also sitting oftentimes in like a window, like it's a patio window, which means it's collecting all the dirt that's coming in from outside, whatever. They will trap all the dust because they're usually cloth. The plastic ones you can wipe down with a cloth, but they're plastic and oh God, they're just annoying and they're noisy. But the cloth ones are even more annoying to clean, to be honest, because you just gotta vacuum those little suckers. So I sat there while the guy watched, because you ain't taking my money. And then I sat there and I vacuumed them right in front of him. And I was like, anything else? Can I get my money back, please, sir? And I sure did get my money back. Yeah, These things are irritating. You can like potentially go and get these laundered, like you can like wash them, but you know, you're taking them hook by hook down, you're throwing them in the washing machine. God knows what that's, because who honestly actually even cleans these? Like most likely they just get chucked out and replaced replaced by something better. Or you could get them professionally laundered, but what do these things cost? It's gonna cost you probably more to buy new ones than it is to actually just launder these stupid things. These things are ugly. I don't like them at all. They're probably one of my most hated things. Plus, you know, they were the culprit in trying to almost take half my damage deposit, which I am not a fan of. And they're just incredibly irritating. Don't get these. Get Roman shades or something better. Get actual fabric that you can actually wash and you can actually get laundered and are actually beautiful. Things in like a linen, something like that. Gonna be way better than these stupid vertical blinds that you're gonna have to go panel by panel to actually clean these things. Nuh-uh, I hate these. These are really annoying to clean. Don't get them. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be light grout color. So, okay. So this is where you have tile work that's really, really light. So if you love that, like sort of maybe a white subway tile and you want like a white grout, or you want you know, whatever. I'm not saying they look bad. I'm not saying it's like an ugly choice. It's actually nicer than the previous two examples. I do actually like light grout. And so I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, please just remember that they will inevitably darken and they will look dirty unless you like the upkeep of having to go with a toothbrush and sit there with your barkeeper's friend or whatever your cleaning solution that you've got, your Vim, I don't know what you're using, but you're sitting there like scrubbing these tiles to actually get them to actually be that nice, beautiful white color. So if you love the white grout, great. Just remember that they will discolor over time. Also be aware of like traffic patterns. So, you know, you might have a set of tile, for example, in your shower or, you know, in the shower wall or whatever. But then remember that if half of, you know, not all tile gets used the same way. So you might get most of the tile sort of in the high circulation sort of areas that gets darker over time, while the rest of the grout does not actually get darker over time. So really be careful with that, because some of it might be darkening because it's getting dirt in there, and some of it might not be getting as dark. And now you got two-toned grout, which is never a good look for anybody. So just remember, if you're going for white grout or really, really light grout, you're gonna have to maintain it. You're gonna have to scrub it. Darker grout tends to be a little bit more forgiving. But again, this is also a decision you have to make around what tile that you're choosing, because obviously grout color and the tile it's all part of the same conversation. So I'm not saying don't do it. It can be beautiful. I hear you, I get you. Just remember, it's gonna require a little bit more maintenance than dark grout will. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be the much hated vessel sinks. Ooh, people like the look of a vessel sink, and I get it. I don't really like it because that little corner under the dish, that little corner just drives me nuts. And just, it's to the point now where the sight of them makes me angry. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. Like my teeth hurt when I see a vessel sink. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying? My teeth hurt. I don't understand it either. I don't get the science. I'm not a dentist. I don't claim to be, but for me, it just bugs me so much when I see those stupid vessel sinks, because that little corner, I'm like, what do you want me to do in there? You're almost like you're flossing. Another teeth example. You're flossing underneath this vessel sink to actually get whatever's under there. Plus the sink is a high traffic area. There's a lot of dirt going on, okay? It's the bathroom. There's a lot of stuff. Bathroom is definitely an area of the home that you're gonna be cleaning on the regular. You should be cleaning on the regular, and the vessel sink is a part of that story. So yes, some rooms, you know, you might not always be sort of as diligent, like, you know, those vertical blinds that I had in my old rental unit. Did I clean them? Probably never. But the vessel sink, you're gonna have to clean that often. Like, at least weekly. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna have to get under there. And every little bit of toothpaste that goes down the side of that vessel sink, every bit of dirt that's sitting there on your countertops is inevitably just gonna collect under that. And now you gotta go in there and floss it every week. Who wants to do that? No one does. Get a different sink, okay? There's lots of sinks out there. I'm not here to tell you, I could tell you what sink to get, but there's lots of ones that are out there. I'm just throw up some images. These are all better sinks, okay, than the vessel sink. Go with those. Don't go with this one. They're really, really irritating. Oh. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be the popcorn ceiling. Popcorn ceiling, I have popcorn ceiling in this place, you guys. If you're new here, I am like, eventually, when am I knocking this? Sometime this year. I don't wanna hold myself to a timeline because, well, then people hold me to timelines and I don't wanna do that. But I am knocking this house down and building a new house, and it will not have popcorn ceiling. But until then, I'm just gonna keep the popcorn ceiling because who cares? But this is really irritating and I can't stand popcorn ceiling. Not only is it aesthetically hideous, I don't like popcorn ceiling at all, but it is also incredibly annoying to clean. It just catches every bit of dirt and dust that you have flying around your house. It gets stuck there. Who hasn't seen a stained popcorn ceiling before? Why are they so much more subject to stains? I don't really understand, because, you know, you'd think a flat white ceiling would too, but for some reason, whatever, maybe just because they're old. They're just old, and they're always attracting weird stains from pipes that leak or blah, blah, blah. And I just really don't like the popcorn ceiling at all. But again, it's not just that they stain, which again, I don't understand why more often, but probably just age, but they also trap a lot of dirt, which is annoying. But it's not just that, it's that cleaning them is really annoying, because if you ever tried to clean a popcorn ceiling with more than just a passing attempt, you actually want to, get in there and be like, no, I don't want my ceiling to be dark gray. I would actually like for it to resemble something close to white. Good luck. You're sitting there, honestly, it just like flakes off. Like it just flakes off, and you're never gonna get anywhere. So good luck with a towel, good luck with a cloth, good luck with a paper towel, maybe a vacuum. Good, again, I'm not hopeful, but you're in there trying to get it, and the popcorn ceiling is just flaking off all the time, and could be covered in asbestos, so probably wear a mask. I mean, not, do your own due diligence, because I don't know what your house is made of, but could be asbestos in there. It's not good. It's not great. And honestly, if you're a smoker and you're smoking inside your house and you have popcorn ceiling, just honestly throw the whole house out. At this point, like, I don't even think there's I don't think you have any shot there. Just light a match to it, get the insurance claim. I didn't say to do that, but like theoretically, and then just move on with your life, because it's just not gonna happen. Good luck with cigarette smoke if someone ever smoked one cigarette or another substance in your house and you have popcorn ceiling. It's just never happening. It's never happening for you. You're never gonna get that place clean, and it's disgusting, and you shouldn't be smoking anyway. It's 2025, get over that. Come on, like, we need to move past smoking, I think, as a species. Okay, next on my list is gonna be tiny tiles, tiny little baby tiles. Okay, this is, of course, specific. It's really, this is sort of the use case specific, to be honest with you, when it comes to your tiles, because I do like smaller tiles than something like a shower. I think they're a lot safer, because grout can be really great at grip, which can be really great for safety when you're in the shower or in a bathroom, whatever. It might make sense there. They can be really difficult to clean, largely because you're dealing with more grout. So please see what I mentioned before. Grout, it's a little concave, stuff gets kind of stuck in there. It's a bit more porous, right? So it could be subject to staining, all sorts of stuff. So if you do like those little tiny tiles, be careful there, but it might make sense in something like a shower, which I actually quite like a tiny tile. But if you like some petty rounds and you've got them in a backsplash in a kitchen, for example, and you're sitting there with your nona and you're making your spaghetti sauce and it's bubbling all over the place and it's splattering on your backsplash, now you got a whole lot of grout that you got to clean. And that's a lot more irritating than something like carrying the slab up a backsplash from the countertop, which is just a quick wipe down and you're good. You're eating the lasagna with the nona over there and the whole family, and you're having a great time because it was just a quick wiperoo and you're done. But if you've got it all in like your little penny rounds, which were adorable when you picked them up at this tile shop, I grant you, might not make as much sense in a backsplash. So, I get the aesthetic appeal. Just remember, if you hate cleaning, they are quite irritating to clean over time. Tiny tiles means more grout. More grout means more cleaning, means more porous, and you just gotta be really careful, especially in those high traffic areas. If you want to put tile in another room of the house, have at it. It probably won't be as bad, right? It might make more sense in another room, but something like a high traffic area subject to spillage, I would move along on that one. So next up on my list is going to be not having any shower attachments in the shower. So the bathroom, we've talked a lot, there's a lot of cleaning that's happening in the bathroom. I think we can all agree why, which is a good thing. You should be. I have found in my personal experience, having had both, that having shower attachments in the shower area is a really great thing when you're cleaning. So an example would be like if you've just got the little shower kind of nozzly thing hanging off the wall and that's it, you're basically you're limited to your little ability to tilt that little shower head, and that ain't gonna do it for you. Now, if you have a detachable shower head and you're able to like rinse around and do that whole thing, I find that works a lot better to be able to clean. Because if you're going to be sitting there scrubbing and you're gonna be getting your soap and your Vim, like I mentioned, and you're doing that all on your little shower area, your little shower niche and all the rest of it, that's a really great thing. But now you gotta rinse it, which I find you're bringing a bucket of water, blah, blah, blah. It's a little bit more irritating. Consider having, if you're doing a renovation or a new build or something, consider having a detachable shower head. It makes it a lot easier, yes, for rinsing yourself down, hosing yourself like an elephant at the zoo, but it also is really helpful for rinsing down as you're cleaning. So small thing, doesn't seem like it's a big thing, but actually it makes a lot of sense. Also, same kind of thing with the kitchen as well. Just a little bonus, right? If you got the kitchen sink, having a detachable kitchen thing that you can use to hose down your kitchen sink, it's all really great too for when you're cleaning that. So you wouldn't even think of that because we think of it more for its actual use case and less as a cleaning tool. But actually, I find if you're cleaning every week or more than once a week, it's actually really helpful long term to have some of these detachable shower features or faucet features, whatever, because it just makes it a lot easier to clean the rest of your space as well. So you wouldn't even think of it, but it makes a lot of sense. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be dark floors and dark countertops. I've lumped them into the same category because, well, it's pretty much the same reason. The thing is with dark countertops, and again, again, you might be like, but Nick, this is confusing. You said that it's something different for grout. Yes, because grout is different. Grout sort of is, you're sitting there with the toothbrush, you're scrubbing it, blah, blah, blah. Like it's not as easy. It's a bit more of like a task to sit there and get into your grout. So that's why I think lighter grout tends to be a little bit more high maintenance. But actually for me, having had dark floors, light floors, dark countertops, white countertops, as I've had all of them, I will say the difference between like light floors and light countertops is that when you see a mess or a spill or whatever, it's obvious. And so you tend to clean it habitually, like just more regularly. You tend to see it and you tend to do more of like a wipe down. I don't know. I just feel like it's more often. And things like little crumbs and things like little bits of dirt, whatever, that are light color, they tend to sort of blend into a light countertop or a light floor. You know, things like pet hair, or well, I guess it depends on the color of your pet, but like, I don't know. I just find a lot of that stuff in light colored surfaces, it becomes more obvious when you see it. So you tend to be a little bit more diligent and consistent, I think, or at least I am, when it comes to cleaning up that stuff. Maybe this is psychological. And it's really hard to see the dirt in dark flooring as well. But when you actually get down and you really look at it, like if you ever sit there and you've got that dark countertop and you kind of like get down to the level and really see, they are disgusting. Like I think people don't see that they're dirty more often. And so the maintenance is like, people just, they're not as diligent. You're just not as good at making sure that they're all scrubbed and clean as you will with a white surface. I don't know. I find light colored countertops much easier to maintain. I'm more consistent. I tend to clear them off, give them a wipe down. It's much more obvious when they are clean. When you've got a dark countertop, it's just not obvious that they're clean. And then you take a look and 9 times out of 10, there is so much stuff on your dark countertop that you don't even see. You don't even know until you really get down and you look at it. This one is a bit more of a psychological one, I will grant you. But I think for me, I don't know, I stand by it. I would never have really dark countertops again. I think I would never have really dark flooring again. On the surface, it seems easier at covering up dirt, but when you actually get down to it, it just means that your place is just gonna be messier and dirtier. I just feel like I'm more diligent and more consistent with a lighter surface. You guys let me know in the comments if you disagree, but for me, I'm all about the light flooring and the light countertops now. It just, I don't know, it's easier to maintain in my opinion. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be puddled curtains. So I have talked to you a lot about different window treatments and stuff in the past, and I have talked to you about the cropped curtains. That's not what we're talking about here, but I have mentioned in the past that there are 2 really good ways that make sense to do your curtains. The first way is where they just sort of kiss the floor. That is how I've done it in my house, and I really enjoy that, where the curtains are just at a point where they're just kissing the floor. That is perfect. Not too short. We're not going a foot too short here, right? Right to the floor. That's my preferred way. But there is another option that I do think aesthetically looks cool. It looks beautiful. It's very Buckingham Palace. Like it's very traditional. It feels very luxe, feels very like old school, traditional like curtains. And that is where they puddle at the floor, right? Where you've got excess fabric that just sort of sits there, and it's intentional. It's not like, ooh, that person needs to get their curtains hemmed. No, it's intentionally left to puddle a little bit on the floor. The problem with that though, is that although it can look good for some people, for the specific style that they're looking for, again, we're talking a big grand space. We're talking a place that it really reads very traditional. You know, puddled curtains can look really cool, but they're horrible to clean for obvious reasons, right? All the dirt is just gonna get trapped under there, and to clean it, you're basically gonna have to pick up all your curtains, lift them up, sort of dust underneath there, and then get under there with the vacuum, which is just more irritating. If they just kiss the floor, it's gonna be a lot easier to get under there. They won't attract as much dirt because they're not sitting actually on the floor. So overall, although puddle curtains can look really cool, styles depending, they're just really irritating to maintain. Okay, and then next up on my list is gonna be shag rugs. Now, I will say that one thing I see is quite trendy right now is the low pile shag rugs, which I will admit is an improvement. I'm really talking here about the shag rugs that are the Costco special, right? I've been duped by it, so have you, where you buy the $200 Costco special one, where you got the shag rug. We've all had those. They are a nightmare. The amount of stuff, like miscellaneous stuff that just gets in there, the dirt that gets in there, you have no chance of getting these clean. They will attract all sorts of dirt no matter how much you get. I can't even tell you the amount of crumbs, food, dog hair, kids crap, whatever. You'll find Legos in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even have kids and you'd find Legos in there. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, there is just so much stuff that gets caught in those shag rugs. They are really irritating. They are very annoying to clean. I have had one. I will never have it again. I honestly was like, can I shave this damn thing? Like, I was honestly, can I go in and shave it like a freaking Labradoodle, because these things are so irritating. They're just, so much crap just gets caught in these shag rugs. And every time I see one, even if you can buy one, you can lay it down, it can be brand new, and I'll be like, that's full of dirt. It doesn't even matter. It could have been put down 5 minutes ago. They just look dirty. They just look like they're gonna trap all that dirt. Now again, the lower pile might make sense for some people. Go for it. I have never used one, so your mileage may vary, but I will say that for me, the lower the pile, the easier they are to maintain, because all that dirt, all that stuff is just gonna sit on the surface. It's not gonna get caught in the fibers, and you're gonna be able to run your little Dyson over there and you'll be good to go. You can also, of course, get that professionally rug cleaned, which you should, but let's be honest, if you bought the $200, $250 Costco special, are you honestly going out and getting that professionally cleaned? Are you gonna lie to yourself? Because you can lie to me, but I'm not gonna believe you because I don't think you're gonna do it. I don't think you're gonna pay somebody to go in and get that professionally cleaned. Absolutely not. You're probably not gonna do it. Now, maybe you are getting your carpets cleaned once in a while, which I do know is a thing, and maybe you chuck in the shag rug at the same time, but yeah, you're probably not really getting it. You're not getting this professionally cleaned ever. You know what I mean? Nine out of 10 of these rugs ends up getting thrown into the garbage, which is horrible because, and this is exactly why, because they're annoying to clean and everybody hates them. You buy it once, you never buy it again. You learn the lesson and you move on. I'm skeptical of these low pile shag rugs because I have PTSD when it comes to these, but we'll see if they're as easy to maintain as a low pile rug. But for me, I'm just gonna skip it. I'm just gonna go with a, give me something with a nice little pile that I can actually go and maintain and deal with on a regular basis. And that's me done. Okay, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm gonna link here to my impractical home decor series. I'll just link to the latest video that I did on that one. I've done a whole bunch of those ones. They're impractical for lots of reasons, not just cleaning, but some of those are cleaning related. So if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy that one too. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.